We don't have that 5 minutes. 10 minutes further, but it's 5 minutes closer to 95. Yeah.
I've never driven it.
It's really just for shows.
Right.
So the work was over.
Remain seated, court back in session. Okay, maybe seated. Neil has a practice of giving the attorneys copies of questions. Do you have copies? Yes. Okay. Let me read them for the record, and then we'll jointly agree on how to respond to them. First question, can the jury get a copy of the transcripts of all video and audio phone calls? Second question, a copy of MS original statement and recording. I'm assuming MS means Muhammad Shahadi. With respect to question number 1, my proposed response to that would be there are no transcripts. And if they wish to listen to or view videos or audios, they can re-listen to them. We have no transcripts.
We don't object to that, Judge. That's, I guess, suggesting to the jurors what to do. We would ask for a similar response, which is no, there are no transcripts. The jurors must rely on their recollection of the testimony. They're already advised that they can come back and play the evidence if they want to hear it. And we'd ask this court to advise them any further. They're already instructed on that.
Okay, State.
Judge, the state would object to their instruction. If anything, I think it should just be that there are no transcripts in evidence.
That's what they agreed with, I think.
Well, I mean, the additional of relying on your own recollection of the testimony, because, I mean, I would ask the court what the court's suggesting, but if
Well, number 1, there are no transcripts to the first question. There are no transcripts. Is that what both sides are asking for me to tell them?
I would ask the additional of what the court initially proposed, that
Okay.
if you wish to have any of the calls or videos in evidence replayed, you can accommodate that request, but
Okay, that's number 1. I understand your position, Mr. Rosenfeld. Is there anything else to say about it?
Well, I don't know if you made a ruling on that yet.
I haven't. I'm going to go to question number 2, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do on both of them.
Okay.
Question number 2, obviously, that's not in evidence. There is no evidence of that. Is that correct?
And that's what we'd be asking for. No, the original statement and recordings are not in evidence.
Right, and you have to rely upon the evidence. Okay. Number 1, I'm going to tell them exactly what I told you I was going to tell them. I've told them before, if they want to listen to a video and audio, they can play it back, but there are no transcripts. There are no transcripts in evidence. If they wish a playback, we can play it back. Number 2, there is no original statement and recording in evidence. They must rely upon the evidence. Okay, let's, probably the easiest way to do is just bring them out.
Jury entry.
All right, counsel, you may be seated. You can actually sit anywhere. You sit in your assigned seats, but that's fine. It doesn't matter at this point. There are two questions that are asked by the jury. I'm going to state those questions for the record, then give you my response to them. The first question is, can the jury get a copy of the transcripts of all video and audio phone calls? My response to that is there are no transcripts in evidence. You have to rely upon the evidence that's been submitted in the case. With respect to the video and audios, they can be replayed, but they have to be replayed here in open court. Question 2 is a copy of MS, I'm assuming that means Muhammad Shahadi, original statement and recording. There is no such statement or recording in evidence. As I said, you have to rely on the evidence and only the evidence that's been submitted in the case. So I'm going to send you back in to continue your deliberations at this time. Okay, may be seated. This is the notes for filing. We'll be in recess until we have another question or request to deliberate.
Okay, guys, turn your cell phones on next to your arm.
Got it. Thanks, Neil.
Thank you.